I feel emotional and I feel sad because I was given this piece of paper. It takes someone rather brave to give that. I was waiting outside the court. You can watch a video here where I speak about my experience as an interpreter working with criminals. There was this guy sitting there and we just exchanged maybe maximum 2 or 3 sentences just about random things. And then I had to move to another court and this guy comes to me and he gives me this piece of paper. He's like, I was sitting next to the guy that you were talking to and he wants to give you his number. His name is Callum. I'm not gonna show his number, but yeah. And I asked him why did he not bring it himself, which is a silly question because I know why he didn't do that. He was just shy and it takes a lot of bravery to do that. I was going out of court. I saw this guy. He was sitting here, Callum, and I approached him, which now I think if I could go back, I would have done it slightly differently. I would have taken him aside and I would have had that short interaction with him without people around him. But I approached him and I said, look, I really appreciate you giving me this and I'm flattered. However, I just want to let you know that I won't be contacting you and I don't want you to have some sort of false expectations or when you see a no number thinking it's her. But I said, thank you so much. I'm really flattered. You as a woman, you have no idea how much courage it takes for a man to come approach you. There are going to be some men that they will say, I'd rather swim in a pool with a crocodile than go and approach a woman that I don't know. I've written an entire book encouraging guys to come and approach women. Yes, the book is called How to Get Laid Now, Get Over It, blah, blah, blah. A man may be an extremely confident, successful, 6-figure earner who is seen by people around him as a great leader, but he may still be absolutely terrified of coming and approaching you at the bar and saying hi to you. And you may be thinking, well, if he doesn't have the balls to do this, then maybe I don't even want to be with a guy like that. But hold your horses. Now you may be thinking, yeah, okay, for guys it's so difficult to approach women, but we women, we have to deal with all these XYZ problems and toxic masculinity and everything in between. Okay, I hear you, but just please stick around because I think there may be a couple of things that you may not understand about men, and there are ways how you can be part of the solution and not of the problem. If you're not new on this channel, you know that very often here I talk about unavailable guys, and you are smart and you know that a lot of unavailable guys, very often they have lots of options. They get their feet rubbed, their sheets changed and their meals cooked for them. However, you have to understand that it is a teeny tiny group of men that get those things. However, the majority of men don't have access to any of that. I've worked with men, I did coaching sessions with men, I spoke at events after writing this Devil's book, and I was exposed to men who are decent men, 40-year-old men, but they're virgins. I was exposed to men who go on dating apps and they delete and reinstall the dating app because after swiping for 3 months, the only matches they get are bots or women asking for Amazon gift cards. Also men that are the most loving, caring and generous, but they always get friend zone and they see that women that they love and adore ending up with this guy that doesn't even care about her. I've also met men through my work experience as a court interpreter where I've seen men getting stripped to the last penny because a woman that they were married to is using now a child against them, and she's using a child and she's going through the court proceedings, she's getting all her legal fees paid, she's getting her housing paid and everything else you can think of, and she's dragging the process for as long as she can, not letting this man see the child, filing all these false accusations, while this poor guy, he's trying to juggle 2 jobs, and he thinks that maybe after this next court hearing he'll be able to see his child, but it's been 2 years now and he hasn't seen his child. But the process is being dragged and dragged and dragged because women hold so much power in the legal setting. Every single day you are bombarded with these messages of how much privilege men have and how much advantage they have and how life is just so easy for them. However, the question is, how do you treat a man that approaches you that you have no interest in? Have you ever rejected a man in a way that you think, oh, I'm a bit nasty, that is not cool, why would I say that to this person? I know I've done it and I'm definitely not proud of it and I feel really bad. And I understand why there are men out there that they want to go against women and why they want to have nothing to do with women. And you may be thinking, well, I don't want to do anything with these men, I don't really care. But the truth is that one day, these men may one day become fathers to someone that your daughter or niece may marry one day. You treating someone as an absolute piece of garbage is not really helping anyone, because you are being part of the problem, you are not being part of the solution. We are all connected with each other in more ways than you think. A very simple act of kindness, just being kind to a man who approaches you, who I feel emotional and I feel sad because there is so much pain around, and you have no idea how much these men suffer and how difficult it is for them, and how a man, maybe he gets the courage to, he is thinking, well, I'm going to do things differently now, and he works on himself. He finally gets the courage to come and talk to you, and then you reject him and you treat him like an absolute piece of garbage, and that gets him to level 0 again. And then he meets other guys that tell him women are terrible, and if you want to be with a woman, you will be stripped to the last penny. She's going to use you, she's going to abuse you, she's going to make your life an absolute disaster. What can you do as a woman? What's the solution? Educate yourself. Ask men around you what it's like for them to live in this Me Too era. What is something that is keeping them awake? How can you actually help to work together with men instead of going against them and making it even worse? Go watch things, read, be open-minded and listen to the conversation. What is happening? Why men are so hurt? And why are they going against women? Next time a guy approaches you and you have 0 interest in him, maybe you're even repulsed by him, be kind. You never know how much courage it may have taken for him to come and talk to you. Have you ever rejected a nice guy? Make sure that you watch this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, share it with your girlfriend, subscribe for more, and always remember that you are worthy of love. See ya!